Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions and my name's Greg, and I thought I'd play another Woody Guthrie song. He's so great, and he was a native Oklahoma son, although they didn't want to admit it for years and years because he was a communist, so they thought. But anyway, this is done by his boy, Arlo, and Pete Seeger. And this is Deportee, plane wreck at Los Gatos, uh, out in California. So I thought this might be a fun song to hear. Maybe I shouldn't say fun. It's not a happy song, but it's awfully good, and it's certainly a protest song. So let's give it a shot here. Arlo and Pete.
Kicked it off the air, though. The crops are all in, the peaches are rotting, the oranges are piled in their creosote dump. They're flying you back to the Mexico border to pay all your money to wait back again. My father's own father, he waded that river. They took all the money he made in his life. My brothers and sisters come working the fruit trees, and they rode the trucks till they took down and died. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mi amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane, and all they will call you will be deportees. Now some of us are illegal and others not wanted. Our work contract's out and we have to move on. 600 miles to the Mexico border. They chase us like outlaws, like rustlers and thieves. We died in your hills and we've died on your deserts. We've died in your valleys, we've died on your plains. We've died in your trees and we've died in your bushes. Both sides of the river, we've died just the same. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mi amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane, and all they will call you will be deportees. The sky plane caught fire over Los Gatos Canyon. Like a fireball of lightning, it shook all our hills. And who are these friends, all scattered like dry leaves? The radio says they are just deportees. Is this the best way we can grow our big orchards? Is this the best way we can grow our good fruit? To fall like dry leaves and to rot on your topsoil and be known by no name except deportees. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita, adios mi amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane, and all they will call you will be deportees.
God, it's freaking me out as I play these old protest songs, because it's like, God, man, nothing has changed. He wrote that back in, the 40s, I think? Something like that. And it doesn't seem like anything's changed. I mean, I'll admit that there's, a horrible crisis at the border, certainly a humanitarian crisis. But, it's like if people don't want illegal immigration, then don't hire the folks. If you don't like immigration, don't hire the people that immigrate. But that's not how it works. I get so aggravated about it. Here in Oklahoma, we have a meat packing plant up in the northwest part of the state, one of the biggest ones in the nation, and you're not going to find citizens, American citizens that will do that work. It's really shitty work and really super dangerous. And during the pandemic, so many people up there died, from COVID because they didn't have any, sorts of containment. They didn't have any, social distancing or any of that noise. And so a lot of people died, and nobody cared. Nobody cared. I was reading recently that at a number of the big meatpacking plants that they've filed charges because all these underage kids who, in theory, are supposed to be in school, but they're underage kids and they come in at night and they clean all the saws and all the other meatpacking tools. That, I mean, it's dangerous work, but they're cheap, so companies hire them. It's I don't know. Like I say, that was the 30s or the 40s rather, and it doesn't seem like things have changed very much. They still pick the crops in California. The migrant labor, and that seems to be the way it's gonna stay. Most Americans don't want to do seasonal work. So I don't know. It seems to be an unsolvable problem. I know a lot of people are what I would consider climate refugees now. The farms that they had down in Central America, there's been no rain, so the crops won't grow. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do to feed your family? You got to do something. If it was any of us there and we couldn't feed our kids, what do? You do something. And that's what they're doing. They're coming to the U.S., in hopes of a better life. Some of them live and some of them don't make it. So I don't know. Like I say, I'm not saying that I have solutions for the problems at all. I'm just pointing out that, we had problems in the 40s. We have problems now, and nothing seems to have changed much. It amazes me. Certainly things have not changed since the 60s when I first started becoming politically aware. All the problems seem to still exist. Some of them magnified, as a matter of fact. So, anyway, I'll get off my soapbox and go ahead and cut this one out, and I'll be back in a minute, and we'll play something else. And hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you then.